If I put the chicken wire around the whole thing, it would take a lot of work.
Yeah. So there's other things you can do. They tend not to like tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just have one area for tomatoes
Mm-hmm.
and use tomato cages.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe build something that would cover this so that the critters can't get in.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
So build the thing on the bed instead of use the
Yeah,
kitchen,
so
the
use
chicken
this
wire.
wood.
Uh-huh.
And you can build some kind of structure and then cover it.
Just like the one that you had.
Similar to the one I had or my neighbor was building. Do you remember that
Yeah.
one? So it would cover this, and the good news about that, it'll keep out the bunnies, and it'll keep out the ground squirrels if you ever get ground squirrels infested in here, which we've just gotten now.
Uh-huh.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
But if we build that thing, what is the cover? What material are you thinking?
I would use like gopher wire, which is the same as this stuff.
Uh-huh.
This is called hardware cloth.
Uh-huh.
This stuff is called hardware cloth, and it comes in 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch sizes. This looks like it's 1/2 inch size, which would be fine. You could use hardware cloth. So you'd build some kind of structure here, and then you'd cover it everywhere with this hardware cloth. Okay, and now you remember you're going to need to get in and out of it. So you'll need a gate here. Right, so for each one of these things you'll need a gate. That'd be the easiest way to do this, in my opinion. That'd be the easiest way to protect it from the critters.
Then you will take care of the bunnies and the squirrels
And the birds.
and the
if you-
birds.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Is hardware cloth usage-wise? How's it different from chicken wire?
Number one, it's stronger. The holes are smaller.
Okay.
So gophers can get through chicken wire.
Okay.
Because chicken wire is, I think, 1 inch.
Yeah.
But gopher wire is actually 3/4 inch. Gophers can't get through gopher wire. So it's the same thing. It's just smaller. But I use this stuff underneath for the gophers because it's stronger. It's thicker. It's stronger. It'll last longer because it'll eventually rust. In fact, this stuff might be rusted. You don't know. You'll find out when the gophers come through.
Oh, you mean when it rusts, the golfers will
The
come out,
gophers can get right
and we
through,
have to replace it.
and you have to replace it.
Ah.
But one way to replace it
Uh-huh.
would be just to put more wire here right on top,
Mm.
and then build up, make it like a raised bed.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the easiest way to do this.
Okay.
So
But in that way, but still they could come up from the bottom, or would they? The golfers? No.
no, not if you put wire across here. Put wire.
You'd be putting a whole nother sheet of wire across.
Oh, on top of this, and then build from there. Oh, I see. Okay.
Or you can excavate a lot of this dirt and just build it to the sides, and then you don't have to build as high of a
I see.
what do you call it?
The
raised
side.
bed.
Yeah.
We just attach it to the inside.
Yeah, I would just put. In fact, you can buy. I don't know how much your budget is, but you can buy these big silver. They look like horse where you water a horse, right? You can buy those at Home Depot, and they're a raised bed basically, already built for you.
Oh.
You just have to put the wire underneath it.
Oh, then that may be the easiest.
It's about $150 to $200 each.
That's okay. I have money. I have money that way. Yeah.
$1,000 for it,
Uh-huh.
just to hire somebody to cut that tree down.
Oh, then I have to get the owner to
You
approve
have to
it.
get the owners to
Yeah.
approve it. And the other thing is you don't know where the sun goes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it could be if the sun goes like this, then these two would be good beds,
Mm-hmm.
especially that
Mm-hmm.
one. But if the sun kind of goes like this,
Mm-hmm.
you're hosed.
Oh.
You'll have to
Cut
take
that
these
down or cut it back?
Well, some of them you'll have to cut all the way down, I would think.
No, not when we came in the morning. It was really sunny.
But where was the sun coming from?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Both bad are very.
Yeah.
It had to have been coming from
Where's the
this way.
east?
So you want 8 hours of sun on your plants.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
They kind of
about
say 6 to
afternoon.
8, but believe me, you want 8.
So if the
6 to
sun
8
is
would be good.
coming this way, we know that
Those two are good.
Those two would be pretty
these
good.
little ones.
But you might have to take that bush out, right? Because the sun. I mean, you probably don't have to take these all the way out. Maybe this one you do, but you could just trim some of these probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But what could grow there? Anything? It is shady.
yeah. There are plants that do better in the shade, and they tend to be like the lettuces, bok choy, lettuce, Swiss chard, kale, those kinds of things, broccoli, but those are kind of fall plants. But the other thing is, Google it, right? What grows well in the shade? Apple trees, it turns out, can tolerate shade. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can grow tree there. I mean, things that I mean, if I don't know if they are not willing to cut it down for us.
They would probably want to trim some of this stuff up because I mean, look at how dead this is.
Uh-huh.
That's a fire hazard.
Oh,
And
okay.
so the best thing for fire is you want to record this.
Yeah.
You want to eliminate fire ladders. So you want to bring the growth up. So
Instead
this
of
one you'd want to take out. That
Uh-huh.
thing you'd want to take out.
which one?
All the stuff
Okay.
down at the bottom because you don't
Uh-huh.
want the fire to be able to get up into the trees.
Yeah, and then it will
That
spread.
Ideally.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure this is a high fire danger area,
Mm.
just like where I live. You saw where I live.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get our homeowners insurance canceled again. It's
Oh,
already been canceled twice.
because of the trees,
fires,
of the
yeah,
fire
because
hazards.
This is a high fire area.
I'm sure it is. I mean, I don't know what they're doing for fire insurance, but it would be problematic. So, what I would do this year is I would just go ahead and I'll see if you can get this taken care of. But I would go ahead and plant all of these, do that as well. Figure out what you want to plant. Some of the really high sun things like tomatoes and zucchini and cucumbers and peppers I would put here.
Yeah.
And then the more the fall plants like the lettuces and the broccoli and cauliflower and that stuff, and Swiss chard, you can try it here. But in the summertime, like the lettuce will bolt very quickly, and it gets bitter. Bok choy bolts too, but it doesn't get as bitter.
So we should work on these two beds first, then,
I would
right?
definitely start on these
Yeah.
two beds. And do you know what you want to grow?
I thought of trying to find something that is high yield and fast so that, we can see some results and be rewarded for the kids.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe tomatoes and zucchinis and
Zucchini grows very fast and
Uh-huh.
it's very productive.
yes.
So I would definitely do a zucchini.
And I want some fruit. I want strawberries. I don't know if that is a good choice or not.
Strawberries would be great here.
Oh, okay.
This would be a great strawberry patch.
Oh,
And
okay,
I think
good.
Gophers don't like strawberries,
Oh, interesting.
but bunnies do and birds do. And all those things do. So I don't know if you remember my strawberry patch, but that's the thing that I'm building a cover for.
Uh-huh.
I think I was building it after you left, but basically it's just a small cover because strawberries only grow 12 inches tall.
Uh-huh.
You could put this whole thing in strawberries and it would be delicious. And
Oh.
I'll give you the recipe for strawberry preserves.
Okay.
Which is
So can we
what I
grow
make
different
all the
kinds of
time.
How about blueberries?
can we grow
or
different kinds of
blackberries?
strawberries together or maybe blueberry together different breeds
Like
or
in one bag?
So blueberries are very high acid.
uh-huh.
So they love the acidic soil. So you wouldn't want to put them together.
Okay.
Okay.
But once you put blueberries in, you're gonna make the soil very acidic.
Oh, okay, better
So I
not.
wouldn't do blueberries,
No.
but I don't know if you saw our blackberry patch, but it's huge. It's as big as this whole garden.
Oh wow.
So could you do blackberries and strawberries?
You could
together?
do like blackberries here and strawberries here, for example, if you really like berries, or lollyberries or raspberries or any of those berries.
So
And
what
you could mix them probably, but actually that sheet I gave you,
Yeah.
companion plant.
Uh-huh. I
that'll
could look at
probably
that.
tell you strawberries are what's a good companion plant for strawberries.
Okay. Okay, so besides strawberries, I might not want the whole thing strawberries, I want some variations. I want some trees. Actually some fruit trees, like you said, maybe
A tree is going to get pretty big.
oh
Yeah,
okay, then very well. Okay,
You can
then
get
very well.
dwarf trees that'll only grow maybe
Uh-huh.
6 or 8 feet
Yeah.
tall.
Uh-huh.
But still, I mean, you'd be lucky to get 3
Over
you
there.
could get
Not
3 dwarf trees in there if you wanted.
Okay.
Could you
I don't
do
know
an
if you-
apple and a Myers lemon?
Yeah, you could
Maybe
do that.
lemon trees, right?
Yeah.
Not-
Yeah.
not
So the Meyer
not so
lemon that
tall.
I have is only this
Apple
tall,
trees and
and it's been
those are
producing
very
for.
No, apple
15
trees
years,
is
20
troublesome. His apple tree needs this and that, So I'm thinking of something like lemons are
Lemons
good.
So the
Lemons are
good thing
good.
about Meyer lemons is that they'll
Or-
stay all year round.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
lemon tree at my
Just
home.
pick
Yeah.
them when you want them.
Yeah.
So, maybe you put a Meyer lemon in here.
Yeah.
Probably needs more sun, but
What about I'm thinking gamguan. You know, citrus.
so the other thing I
citrus
have
one
is
we know.
mandarin oranges.
Yeah.
Those are really good. And
Okay.
those are
Yeah.
small.
Satsuma. Yeah,
So
the
a lot of the citrus
dwarf
you can
ones.
you can get the dwarf
Yeah.
versions,
Okay. So
of the
we have some
citrus.
varieties, and you won't.
but they're still going to need full sun.
Oh.
Probably on right
Yeah.
here. Yeah, on
You're
this
gonna
side.
you're gonna fill this up with tomatoes and zucchinis and peppers and
Okay.
cucumbers and melons.
Okay. How about herbs?
Yeah, herbs do great. So
Cilantro.
they can probably cilantro. Cilantro would be good. Basil is a good companion plant for
Okay.
tomatoes. That would be over here with
Arugula.
arugula would be
Yeah,
good.
arugula.
In the shade there. Okay.
Yeah, they could probably go here. In fact, I'll give you some arugula plants. I'll give you some
Okay.
tomato plants.
Yeah.
I'll give you some basil plants.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the good news is, I think you could start planting now
Okay.
with
these.
next week actually.
Uh-huh.
With this bed,
With this
These
bed, yeah.
two
it's
maybe.
too bad.
Yeah, I don't even think we need to dig down. Let's just plant it, and if the gophers come and get it, we'll be very disappointed. but we'll learn now.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need
yeah.
to build the raised bed and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do we need to get, like the soil? Do we need that? How
The
much
soil is
soil?
probably pretty good. It looks like
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
She was saying that it's very rich.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. It's so black is what you want. What we really want to see is some worms. If there's some worms in here, that's a good sign. So far, I don't see any worms.
I don't see a one.
Should we bring some worms? Do we? No.
What produces the
They will.
Other worms.
What makes
They will have worms. My God.
So what do we need to do?
A lot of organic stuff. If you put a lot of organic stuff in your soil, you'll get the worms. Worms
They
are
do-
just kind
you-
of a pain.
I think they will be produced eventually, right?
Yeah, they will. They'll just kind of appear. They're
Right.
everywhere.
So they're not in
I'm surprised you don't have any worms in here.
Because there's nothing.
I wonder if it has been ever worked on before.
Somebody has worked this.
Probably the previous owner.
Oh.
For sure, somebody has worked this.
Oh, I want to ask you. So, what about other veggies like Swiss chard, or would these work on this bed or this kind?
I would look them up. So Swiss chard I have in full sun.
Uh huh. Oh,
But it
okay.
may well work in partial shade.
Okay. Okay. Wow, Giselle, you are so ready. I haven't even brought anything today.
I thought we were going to be working today.
You can just dig them under like this. You know. So I would, if this were my garden,
Uh huh.
I would get. So you can get compost by the truckload.
Uh huh.
Like I go to Aptos, but there's other places in San Jose where you can buy compost. You can buy like a half a yard of compost and wheelbarrow it in here and dig it into this thing. The
And mix
compost-
it, right?
And mix it in. And the compost will add the organic material, which is what you want. But the other thing you can do is put in organic fertilizer. So you'd probably want to put that in now, even before you plant. Ideally, like Home Depot sells that stuff. Right? So I've got a big bag of organic fertilizer. This would probably take 3 or 4 or 5 cups. It says on the label how much to use. You dig that in, and then it takes a while for that to kind of to break down. And there's little microbes that are alive in there, and they kind of get in there, and it's all good. But compost is really good, and then I would give a little bit of organic fertilizer too.
How much
And get it
compost
going.
would you put in? Like what ratio wise? Like,
I don't know. You can probably look it up. But like, I would use a lot of compost just because I don't see any worms. I would get. Do you guys have a pickup truck
I don't.
available?
I don't know if JC has a pickup.
JC might. I don't know. Yeah.
going pretty deep, so you haven't hit that net.
Yeah.
I haven't hit wire yet. In fact, I can look for it if you want. Why don't I try to look for it?
Down there. Yeah, which is good, right?
Oh, it's very good that I haven't hit wire yet.
The lower the better.
So it is good to have a deep wire so we can work. The roots can go. Ooh.
Yeah, typically there's going to be dirt underneath. Well, there is dirt underneath the wire. And so if you were building this the first time, it's called, you'd double dig it. So you would kind of dig all this stuff out. Then you'd turn the stuff with compost, and then put all the dirt back in with compost. So that you've got like your dirt, and you've got your layer of wire, and underneath that you've got good dirt, right? Compost, good organic dirt. And then the roots will grow through and get into
So
it.
you mean that after we take it out, mix it with the compost, and then
I wouldn't
so
do that now.
Oh, okay.
I think this dirt is going to be fine.
okay.
Normally, the dirt around here is very clay.
Uh-huh.
It's like brown. It's
Uh-huh.
like, oh, there's a worm.
Good.
Is it?
The worm. It looks like it.
Ooh.
Got a worm.
Still alive.
Hey, there's a
So that's
worm.
Yeah.
That is might be your wire or a rock. Or just a, yep, that's the wire.
Wire.
You see the wire?
Yeah, I see the
Oh.
wire right there.
So that's
Okay.
your wire.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah,
now
yeah,
you
yeah.
know how deep you are.
Okay, so we have like a feet.
Less than that.
Probably 8 inches.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably 8 inches. It might even be less than that because it's probably the width of this board, one board. And so if it's a 2x6, that's 5.5 inches. If it's a 2x8, that's 7.5 inches. So it can't be more than 7.5.
Okay.
I don't think.
Hey, there's another worm.
That's not a worm. That's a critter.
Oh.
It's a critter?
Yeah, it's a centipede.
Ew.
But it's good, right?
Okay, to me it's
I
still a
don't-
worm.
I don't know if it's good or bad.
Oh, okay.
that
I
particular-
normally don't like worm kind of thing, but then okay,
That
if it's just
particular
good for
one I
that.
wouldn't touch because some of them are poisonous, but I don't think they're poisonous around here. I think
Okay.
like in the tropics, some of them can be poisonous.
Oh, you want to kill it?
No. So the good news is you know where your wire is,
Uh-huh.
and your wire looks pretty good.
Okay, it's not rusted or
It's
anything.
not rusted or anything. And there's worms.
Ooh, what are you doing? You're eating
Are
it?
you eating it?
You don't scream me out! Oh my gosh!
I was just teasing.
Scary.
Oh dear. Do we have to do that?
No, you don't
I
have to.
don't know what kind of person you are.
I say we could go 5 inches.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, if you go, you know, I would not take and jump on the shovel. That would probably go right through it.
Okay.
If you're doing what I'm doing, which is just kind of the sideways
Slanted?
stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be fine.
Okay.
And the good news is you have dirt. So the other thing people put in a lot, which I don't really, is chicken manure. You can buy bags of chicken manure, and it's composted chicken manure.
Okay.
So that adds a lot of nitrogen, which is good at the beginning. But like for tomatoes, if you have too much nitrogen at the end of their cycle, they'll just do green leaves and not healthy tomatoes. Not as many.
Oh, I
tomatoes.
see. Uh-huh.
So nitrogen is good to kind of get them started. So you could put some chicken manure in here or compost, something,
Okay.
some kind of an amendment,
Okay.
and then.
And
fertilizer.
then start from there, and then we'll just grow and see what happens.
I would just grow and see
Okay.
what happens. And I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put in. Yeah. Should we? We don't need to raise the bed. We
I
just
wouldn't
do
not.
that.
I would just get this started.
Okay.
I mean, everything is set up. They obviously used to garden here,
Oh, okay.
so they used to garden, and they've got the water set up, which we'll kind of come back to.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what they did for critters. So clearly they're keeping the deer out. That's good.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know what they're doing for bunnies. Maybe they grew things that bunnies don't bother with. Like bunnies probably wouldn't destroy your tomato plants, but they would destroy your
Zucchini.
no, probably not your zucchini, but things that are smaller and just getting started, like your lettuces. They probably wouldn't bother the strawberries too much.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I know.
But
Wow.
like lettuces, they would probably just cilantro.
Oh,
We don't have to
oh.
worry about those yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are winter. Then we
Yeah,
could we could think about.
Strawberries, I get the strawberries in now. And the strawberries are two different kinds. Like the tomatoes, you have determinate and indeterminate. Strawberries are the same. They'll either come all at once or they'll be staggered. And it depends on the kind of plant you buy.
I want to stagger.
Yeah,
whole-
mine
whole-
are
whole
staggered.
year. Why
Mine are
not,
staggered,
right?
And I get them,
Yeah.
and then I
They
make
have all year to
Yeah.
strawberry
all year round to
preserves.
eat.
Sunshine preserves, and they're delicious.
Yeah.
I'll give you the recipe for that. It's really simple.
Well,
I'm curious.
I like just eat it like that.
Raw is pretty good too.
Yeah. Me too.
But if you get enough, you make preserves.
I'm curious. The bunny wire. How high does it need to be?
They will climb, so at least a foot. 2 feet would probably be better. In fact, I think what mine is I think it's 2 foot tall, but then I bend it at the bottom. And I put rocks around it so that they can't dig under it. Because they will. These critters are.
Are you sure there are bunnies here? I
I'm
mean
sure
the
there's bunnies.
jackrabbits.
Not jackrabbits, little bunnies with white tails. They're cute.
Oh,
They're cute, and then they eat
I
all
never
your.
see them. I never see
well,
no,
I
you
thought
don't
that
see 'em.
squirrels are bad. It sounds like bunnies are bad too. Squirrels, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, all the critters are bad.
Yeah.
They want.
And so you
Those
think
are
building the
wild-
tents
wild
over
bunnies.
is going to be easier than the wire around?
So the reason I like to build the tents over is because we just got infested with ground squirrels. So for 30 years we didn't have them, and in the last
Really?
2 years we've got them.
Mm,
Oh,
And so
wow.
once you get them, you can't get rid of them unless you poison them. And I don't really want to
Yeah.
poison
Yeah,
them because
no.
now the other critters get it.
Mhm.
So I don't want to
Yeah.
poison them.
yeah.
So then I protect it.
Yeah.
But for you guys, I would just get started. You know, I would just say, well, maybe the bunnies are here, maybe they're not. They don't.
We
have
don't
it.
know.
You
So
don't
you
know,
have to test
but
it.
you'll find out. The good
can
news is
tell
they
you now,
protected
they're
for
bunnies
gophers,
here.
and those are the worst.
So
I
we
know
can
this
start
area, no.
planting and see what
But I
happens, right?
figure,
I would start
what?
planting and see
Bunnies
what
come,
happens.
For now, that's okay.
Yeah, I would start planting and so I'll give you tomatoes, and I'll
Okay.
give you some of the herbs you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, arugula. I think I have some arugula.
Do you have basil?
I do have basil. I'll give you some basil.
We'll take whatever
What's
you
that?
have.
Yes.
I do have some cilantro.
Okay.
I do have cilantro.
Definitely.
And I've got a lot of cilantro seeds too. So
Oh,
you can,
okay.
You can do the cilantro. At least
I-
I used to.
I
don't
like
know.
a Napa cabbage. Is it easy to grow?
What's it called?
Napa cabbage, the Chinese kind of cabbage.
Oh, bok choy.
No,
Cabbage.
cabbage is
cabbage.
yeah, Napa. You've never
What
tried
you do is you go to your computer
Okay.
and you go to Google.
Okay.
And you
And
type
just,
in
just
what you
look
want.
at it. Yeah.
And it'll tell you, how do I plant it? Where does it grow? Right?
Yeah.
How much sun does it need? It'll tell you everything.
Okay. I heard people said that you can just cut the bottom half of the bottom third of
Put
the
it in.
plant and put in water. It will grow roots. Maybe I could try it and just
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
Put
know
it
you
in
can do
there.
that with carrots?
yeah. I heard that
You can
too.
cut the
Yeah.
top off carrots. I'm trying that in my greenhouse.
Oh, okay. So can you take a look at the greenhouse here?
Yes. So I would amend this soil somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Compost.
Nancy, you say we
compost.
can put seed. Do we need to put in a small pot first, or we can?
So the
just
problem
put
with
the seed?
if you did seeds here, birds will probably come eat them when they're about this tall. So you got the bird problem. You got the bunny problem if you get bunnies in here.
Yeah.
You got to water them every day when they're seeds, right?
Oh.
So once
So we have to put enough.
so if you start them inside,
Yeah.
then you get them to this tall, and then you can transplant them. That's what I
That's
do.
going to be
So
easier.
doing stuff outside
makes sense.
seeds, but with that said, I do my cilantro outside, and it does fine.
So I should request the water irrigation like every day.
No,
every
so
other.
let's find the water. So this is somebody spent a lot of time on this because you can see that they've built in the plumbing,
Uh huh.
and it comes to here. So there's a hose somewhere that you'll connect to. And you know what drip irrigation is?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
No, this one is.
This is drip. I'll show you how it works. So they put in
I see the narrow
this is the
tubing.
drip irrigation.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different kinds of. So this is missing the head. There's a head that goes
Uh-huh.
on here,
Uh huh.
and the heads can sprinkle out like this. They can a whole bunch of different things. This one has been plugged on purpose, and so this one has just been cut off. But you can see you just tap into this, and then you get a smaller wire tube, and then you put different nozzles on those tubes, and that's how you water.
Okay.
So different things need different amounts of water. So for example, tomatoes, you want to water very deep,
Yeah.
but not very often, like once a week, once they're established. When they're first getting started, they need a lot of water. But once they're established, you do like once a week, really deep. Zucchini likes water, so you could water 3 times a week, not necessarily as deep. For example, cucumbers, melons, those things really like the water. Strawberries probably also like the water. So but you can look this stuff up, right? You
Sure.
can
So
Google
so
this stuff.
so they shouldn't be planting together if one needs.
Exactly. So there's different water systems, right?
I see.
So you can fix it with the spigots you use, or with the timer that you're going to plug in here. And
Okay.
we'll get to the timer in a minute.
Okay.
So what I do is I do things like peppers and tomatoes that require kind of similar water. on the same thing. And then things that need a lot of water, like the melons and the zucchinis and stuff, on their own separate things. But the other thing you can do is, so these little nozzles that you get, here, some of them, they'll be like 1 gallon an hour, 2 gallons an hour, 4 gallons an hour. So you can put the 4 gallon an hour one on something you want to water deep, but only do it once a week. And then maybe the ones that spray like this for the melons and stuff, which needs a lot of water because they have a lot of roots that go all over the place. Pumpkins, things like that, which want water. So you can just use different kinds of spigots.
Even within the one.
Even within the
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we could
All right.
start thinking about the pumpkins for the fall.
You're gonna do pumpkins too?
I mean, is that easy to grow?
I like
It's a lot of water.
Yeah.
purple potatoes.
Oh, potatoes?
Why don't we have
Purple one,
purple
the
sweet
purple one.
potato?
Yeah,
Sweet potato, yeah. I like
So
sweet potato.
potatoes are really fun. I have potatoes. I meant to have you guys dig up some because they're really fun.
What do you mean by fun?
Fun because you'll just have these plants and then they'll kind of die off and you dig up and it's like looking for gold. 'Cause you
Oh,
find these little, you dig them up. and you
Uh-huh.
find these
It's
little
underneath.
nice.
tubers. Yeah, all the potatoes are tubers.
Yeah,
Maybe
our farm actually started planting.
We could
potatoes.
grow that,
They
yeah.
use the real potatoes put in.
Yeah, you can. In fact,
Oh.
you can cut potatoes in
They
half.
can
or
cut
in
it
four.
up. Yeah, or even the small one, you can put the whole one. But if it's a big one, you can cut it half or even a quarter. You know.
I-
Just make sure that there's an eye.
I have a bag. I have a bag of Trader Joe's all organic. I have a bag of Trader Joe purple sweet potato. I could bring it here and just put it in underneath it and let it grow and see what happens.
They did last time I went to the farm.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So that they need full sun or what? Oh, we could look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But potatoes are interesting because this plot for potatoes, you actually want a lot of dirt. And in fact, you can once the potato comes up, you can put more dirt on.
Oh, okay. To
and-
make
and
it grow.
The thing will keep growing and it'll keep adding potatoes as it goes.
Oh,
So people
okay.
will do things like tires, right? They'll start with tires and then they'll just add more stuff. Or you could have like a wood box, and as the plant comes up, you just put more and more dirt on.
So that you
Yeah.
can grow more.
Just
So
keeps
all
growing.
the potato is
Are
like
in the-
all
under the
layers
ground.
in
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And the other thing you can do with potatoes is new potatoes. So as they come up, they'll on the plant there'll be little tubers. That
Uh huh.
come out, right?
Yeah.
And if you leave them there, they'll get big like a potato.
Mm-hmm.
But you can dig them up early and get new potatoes, the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just cover them back up,
And they start grow
and
again.
then you'll get more new potatoes. next
Oh,
time you
okay.
dig 'em up.
So you're talking potato, but this is also applying to the
Sweet
sweet
potatoes,
potatoes
I
too.
think
They are similar.
I
Yeah.
haven't done sweet potatoes, but potatoes I've done.
Yeah. I
So if
want
you want to do
sweet potato.
potatoes, you might.
I want sweet potato. I don't want potato. I want sweet
If you want
potato.
to do sweet
sweet
potatoes,
Yeah.
you might do like a separate spot somewhere for sweet
Uh-huh.
potatoes and build up build up the thing with sweet potatoes.
Okay.
The other thing is straw. You want to put straw down for the potatoes,
Mm.
presumably for sweet potatoes.
Oh, I saw it. River.
You saw mine had
Yeah.
straw.
Yeah.
That was the potato patch.
Yeah.
You mean on top or mix it?
No, just on top.
On
And
top.
What that does is it holds the water in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And when it rains or when you water it, it doesn't splash up.
I see.
Because that's where the fungus that gives it blight,
Oh,
that's where it's in the dirt. And so when it rains or when it splashes up on the leaves and then the leaves die from the
I
blight.
see.
So the straw helps that. So
Okay.
you guys got a lot of work.
Do we
to
have enough information? I'm trying to remember.
I think maybe we just do one thing at a time.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
it's
This is
overwhelming.
just
Me
a
too.
lot of
Yeah,
information.
so
but-
just like tell
do
it.
tomatoes.
Let's do
why don't we
summer.
Start first.
Tomatoes,
Strawberries.
strawberries.
Strawberries there.
Okay.
There,
And then
okay.
tomatoes
Just
here.
here.
And I do
Tomatoes.
all the plants I give you.
Okay.
Tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
And here.
We'll just start with all the plants you give us.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
definitely.
With the plants I give you.
Just-
In fact,
just-
if we'd have started a couple
We're
months ago,
learning.
I had a bunch of strawberry starts,
Okay.
but I composted them.
Just start that much first. Don't,
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
okay.
too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I
We
yeah.
don't want to overwhelm
I
ourselves.
think I am
It's already a lot.
Me too. I'm like, okay.
Just do one thing at a
We'll make it
week and all that,
simple.
yeah. Make it
Yes,
simple.
yes, we need simple. I mean,
So-
if we got overwhelmed, think about our kids, they would get
So
overwhelmed.
we're gonna do strawberries,
Strawberries are
here,
fun.
tomatoes here, and whatever else you give us that
So
can go with
our
the
next
tomatoes.
meeting, we'll bring all the kids, all the students here, and we're gonna all plant together. Plant the plant that you
But we need to fix the soil
Compost.
first.
Yeah,
Bring the
first we need
kids
to
and put them in
prepare
some
the
kind
bed.
of.
We need to make sure we have our irrigation set up.
Actually, you can set up the irrigation after you've got the plants.
Okay,
Because
so-
that's where you know where to
We'll
put
set
it.
up,
Oh.
we'll do our compost,
There's
then we'll bring the kids, then we'll fix the irrigation.
Actually, the kids could do the composting.
I think that the student can do the compost, right? Yeah.
Have to get it.
They're big, they're stronger than us,
Delivered or
yeah.
something.
Just be careful not to dig down the hole.
Okay, and break the
That's
For the
thing.
wire, right? You
Uh-huh.
wanna
Yeah,
break
that's the
wire.
key. Frankly, I was a little worried about that when you guys came, because I was gonna have you plant the tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really worried that, people wouldn't know, anybody
Yeah.
wouldn't know,
Right. they'll
how
break
big, how deep to go. So I actually
Yeah.
pre-dug
Mm-hmm.
holes.
I see.
But then it was so cold, I didn't plant. But
Yeah.
the next day I planted.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got
Oh,
a
I
bunch of
see.
tomatoes in that are probably freezing right now.
I know the weather is really weird.
Changing the
That's okay.
weather.
It'll be good by
It's that it will be warmer.
So, actually, right now it's easier to dig because after the rain,
Yeah,
it's easier.
I mean, come
It's not
tomorrow.
hard. But
Come
it-
tomorrow or Monday, get your compost, put it in. So you can buy compost. Maybe you just start with chicken manure. Let's do that. Let's make it simple.
Okay,
Make
Buy
what?
buy
And Home Depot.
bags?
yeah. Home Depot has chicken manure.
okay.
Smells great.
How much do we get? How
I'm
much do
thinking.
we get?
I would get. Why don't you start with 5 bags here?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, put in 5 bags and then dig it in.
How big are the bags?
They're
It's one size,
1
right?
cubic.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
It's
just
about
work
this
on this
wide.
bed first, then.
Yeah,
I would put in 5 bags here and 2 bags there.
2 bags there. Okay.
And then over here, maybe just do half of it as strawberries.
Yeah.
So then 2 bags over there.
So 7 bags. So,
So
7
maybe-
another 2. So
Well,
8.
actually, you know what? Put 5 bags in here too,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 bags in there. Now your whole garden has been.
But we're not planting anything.
You might.
What? This is for the fall.
Yeah.
Would
So
it
it
be
would be
too
great
early?
to have.
Would it be too early to?
No, it'd be great to have stuff in there. It'll break down. It'll get the microbes in there.
Oh, okay.
It'll already prepare the dirt.
Yeah, it'll help.
Okay, so
Even
5.
though we leave it there for months.
What's that?
Even though we leave the compost here for months.
Yeah, yeah.
So I put the fertilizer in my thing a month before I planted.
But
So
we're
you-
talking about months,
Months is fine too.
right? Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All these bags.
Okay, 5, 5, 5, 2. So that is 17 bags of chicken manure.
Is that too much? If it's too much, don't do that.
That's too much.
But man, I tell you,
Well,
I
at
would
least
try to-
we,
would
I
try
think
to
this
get
is
this
where
treated.
I would think about it. We know now how much needs to go in each bed, so we
Each
can decide
five.
later,
Later,
what
yeah.
we need to do.
Yeah. So
What we're
we
able
just
to
know
do.
5
But we
bags
know
in each
five,
bag.
Let's focus. Let's not do this. Let's focus on 3 first. And this one may be strawberry or maybe later. I don't know. But let's focus on the tomatoes and the whatever things that you give us.
Tomato,
And then that one would be what? What did we say about that one?
We didn't zucchini maybe. And so this one would be good for be really good for zucchini. It'd
Okay.
probably take
Zucchini,
up-
okay. We do zucchini.
We'll do zucchini over there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to separate that out.
What's that?
Yeah, need to separate from the tomatoes, you said. So
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You could do,
Zucchinis here.
tomato
tomatoes.
and peppers and some herbs, right?
Well, let's
What
back
about
up.
the sweet
Okay.
potatoes?
I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
What do you have to give us?
I haven't planted my garden yet. but I
Okay,
definitely
so
have
why don't we find out what Mark can
Okay.
give us, and then we can
Then we
figure
decide
out what can go
where-
in.
Okay, but in the meantime, we could put in the
The
chicken
manure,
manure
yes,
and till it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So the first
And
thing
we can
need to
start
get the
planning
compost.
what we need to do.
the following.
cover.
Yeah.
How do you actually mix the stuff in?
Just put it right on top and do what I'm doing. Dig it in.
Oh,
Does that make sense? I'm counting how many tomatoes to give you.
How many of you have shovels? Do we need to buy shovels?
I have to look. I have to go back to my house. I don't know. I probably don't have any more. We have been throwing away a lot of things. I can buy shovels. Let's see how many. Does each family has a shovel?
I don't, because I don't have a house.
You don't have a house. Do you have a shovel?
I have a few. I have a couple.
Maybe Kate, JC has some.
JC has. Yeah, I will
How
ask
much do
him.
you guys like tomatoes?
I like those green ugly one. The green.
I don't grow ugly tomatoes.
The shape is very ugly. Those.
I'm not crazy about tomatoes. Actually, I like
I don't need
I like cherry tomatoes that I could pull out and eat. But then my son couldn't eat a lot of tomatoes, so I'm not too crazy. But if we have a lot of students that likes it, then we could. I mean, yeah. I don't know. We
No,
have
you
to
don't
ask.
know what you don't know what kind I'm talking about? The
Oh,
look,
there's probably some heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah. Do you mean those?
There's
I don't
different
know
kinds
the
of
Heritage.
name, but it's like green, but the shape is very ugly.
The ugly, those are typically heirloom.
Yeah.
tomatoes.
I like those. Those so good.
The heirlooms ones are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the green or red mixed color.
I tried
yeah.
one that is black. They said that it has
black one's
medicine,
delicious.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Yeah.
I like those kind.
I just
What
bought
else
some.
could go in here with
I'm
these
thinking.
tomatoes? Okay.
Yeah, if we have half the bed with tomatoes, what about the rest?
Peppers? You said peppers, right?
Yeah, peppers.
Do you like hot peppers?
No.
I do.
Well, we can grow.
Because everything
No.
will get
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we have to ask what he has.
Yeah,
first.
let's figure out what he's got.
Yeah, what he
Okay,
got first.
okay.
Oh, I see first.
Peppers, you're probably going to have to go out and buy some.
Okay, then
no,
probably
no,
not.
no.
Basil. You said basil is good with tomatoes and
Here's
garlic,
what we'll
right?
do here.
Okay.
do
Tomatoes
8 tomato
here.
plants.
Uh huh.
So we'll do cherry tomatoes,
Uh huh.
and then some ugly tomatoes,
Uh huh.
and then some. Do you guys make tomato sauces or
I do.
tomato soups?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll do some Roma tomatoes,
Yes.
and then
Okay.
maybe some like cheddar boy or something.
Okay, so 8 tomatoes right there.
Okay.
So you'll need 8 tomato cages.
Okay.
And the Ace Hardware in Los Gatos. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Los Gatos.
They have them everywhere.
Yeah, all the
Well, this
nurseries should have
particular one,
put
They have the 5 foot, 60
Oh, the
inch.
wire thing that
60
goes
inch.
next
the triangular cage, right?
It's not triangular. It's
Oh, it's
round.
not.
Oh,
It's
the cage.
It's called the
Okay,
tomato
okay.
cage.
I know
Okay.
it.
And at Home Depot, they sell them for like $16 or something.
Uh-huh.
But at this Ace Hardware, they're 5 foot tall, and they're $7.50.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, then we'll go there and buy
Ace
it.
Hardware sounds familiar.
Ace, yeah, hardware, yeah.
Tomato cages.
So it doesn't have to be that Ace hardware. I mean,
They just
other.
had a good price.
Oh.
Are the
Every ace
Ace-
is going to be a different price. They
Yeah.
are different. So
Oh,
we just have to do our research.
Just
oh,
do
I
the
see.
research.
Okay,
And they
okay.
have some that are really strong and stuff.
Uh huh.
Those are the ones that are $20.
I see.
wouldn't bother.
Okay,
just have to
okay,
do
okay.
So we're
So
going
we
to do
do
8.
tomatoes here, and then
So we need cages.
8,
Now
okay.
then-
and then next to each tomato,
Okay.
we can put in a basil plant
Oh, okay,
next to some of the tomatoes.
okay.
And then while we're at it, we can
Uh-huh.
also put in some garlic.
Yes.
Garlic is a good companion. If you look at your chart,
Yes, you said
garlic is
that.
a good companion plant
Uh huh.
for tomatoes. So we'll put some garlic here, some garlic, and I'll give you the garlic clove.
Okay.
So the garlic clove can just put in the soil too, and then it will just grow by itself, right?
Yeah. Do you know how to plant garlic? I showed somebody last time. I don't know.
You showed
No.
Ken.
I showed you.
You didn't
No.
show me. Show Ken.
Oh, I showed Ken.
Yeah.
So you break the garlic up into the little cloves,
Uh-huh.
and you plant the clove so that the bottom is down.
Okay.
The bottom meaning the pointed.
No, the
No,
pointed
the
is
pointed is up.
The,
The
point
bottom
is
is.
Oh, I
You
see.
plant 'em
Yeah.
about 2 inches
I think
down.
I think
Okay.
I
And
saw
you
it.
plant them about maybe 6 inches apart. So I put like
Oh,
3
okay.
or 5 in that corner,
Uh-huh.
and 3 or 5 in this corner, and then we'll put some basil in here
That sounds
and
good.
tomatoes, and that'll be a nice little soup.
That's
Okay,
sounds
nice.
good, Yeah.
So I want to ask you for that garlic thing, the cloves. They have those very thin skin. Do we need to take
No.
those skin?
Don't take the skin off.
Okay, keep it.
Just the whole thing, the whole globe.
Stick it in.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we've got this section now. What about that?
Well,
Thank you, Giselle.
Very ambitious.
I would-
Yes. She's very ambitious.
So personally, I like peppers. Personally,
Do you have a non-spicy pepper?
Yeah, all
Okay.
the bell
All-
peppers.
Well, I have a pepper plant from Julia at home.
Okay, bring it.
Maybe I.
Stick it in and see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know if it died, but I'll.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
peppers, and I do a lot of peppers because I heard, and I don't know if it's true or
Mm-hmm.
not. Sometimes it's just, but anyway, that the peppers need to be close by in
Oh.
order to pollinate. So
Okay.
you probably want to, like the Ace Hardware I'm talking about. One of the reasons I really like them is they still sell 6-packs. Like Home Depot doesn't sell
6 packs of what?
Of plants.
Oh.
So you can buy for $6. You buy 6
That's
pepper
a
plants.
small pack. Yeah.
And at Home Depot, they're $5.98 each.
Yeah.
Now, they're
Mm.
bigger.
Expensive.
It's just more expensive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have cheaper ones too. But, so it's a lot more expensive
Mm-hmm.
to go to Home Depot. So if you bought 6 pepper plants, a 6-pack of pepper plants, you could put pepper plants right here.
He's marking for us too.
So there's your
Okay. All right.
There's your pepper plant.
Okay.
There's your pepper plant.
So we have 6.
So now you've got something to go in here.
Yeah.
Will you be here for our first meeting to plan? It's easier. You don't have, now we
depends
don't
on when it is.
remember all this.
No, it's in here. What about potatoes? No.
I would do potatoes differently.
Oh, okay.
Because this
Okay.
isn't deep enough.
Okay.
I would do the potatoes differently. So you can try like a zucchini.
I think that's
couple
enough for
zucchini
this
in here.
this bag.
Zucchini? I thought zucchini over
I
there.
would do the zucchinis over there.
So,
So what can be here?
For strawberry there. So that's
Do you need that sheet of paper?
No. Oh, you know what else?
Yes.
What your students might like.
what?
Radishes grow really fast.
Radish?
Oh, radish.
Radishes.
Okay.
Carrots. I have terrible luck with carrots, but some people don't.
They grow
Have
fast.
this.
Carrots?
Yeah, they'll come up. They'll come up. Radishes for sure. Green onions for sure.
Oh,
I
cool.
like green onion.
Yes.
You can get those as seeds.
We use that, yeah.
You can get those as seeds, and so maybe this is where you put in your seeds: of radishes and green onions and carrots and whatever else.
You mean seeds or
I would
develop?
try well, how often are you going to come?
Oh, we won't come very often.
Yeah,
Probably once a
maybe-
week or at most
Maybe
twice a week.
Once a month.
No, once a once a week. I mean, are you kidding? Once a month?
Once a week? That's a lot.
No, he said once a week.
Oh my God, once a week.
The seeds?
Seeds are gonna take a while because
No,
take
the
a lot of
radishes
watering.
come really fast.
So we could do a row of radishes, a row of carrots, a row of onions.
Yeah, and then maybe set up the water so that it waters. Maybe we do. Okay, so zucchinis go here.
No, zucchini there.
No, zucchinis go here.
Okay.
Zucchinis go here, and then
Okay.
we'll set the watering so that the watering of the zucchinis and the peppers and the tomatoes
Okay.
are close enough.
Okay.
And over here, you can do your seeds.
Wow, that's a lot of plants already.
So what we haven't figured out yet, and what we still need to figure out, is how is the water set up?
Yeah.
So is there one water supply? This looks like it's one water supply for this box. But then where do you turn the water on for this box?
Can't see anything. And here's this one too.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's the other end to this.
The other end to that.
No, that's the gap.
Oh, we can start our seeds in the greenhouse? Okay.
We should do our seed at home.
Yeah, I feel that too. I don't want to come here every day. I can't.
Not every day. So, but where's the water system? You mentioned
So the water's not turned on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the electricity's turned on or not.
I don't know. I have to ask.
Yeah. So this is a heated
A heated greenhouse.
greenhouse.
So-
So somebody really likes gardening.
Mm.
They let their oak trees go too far. I don't know what this is.
Maybe it is all these tubes. Maybe it's for the light.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, the
So the
electricity's
electricity's
not on.
probably not turned on, and the water's probably not turned on. But
Yeah,
we-
if they're away from here 9 months, they're turning that off.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like it's not even
even
hooked up.
touch anything
Where?
here.
This drain isn't even hooked up, you can see.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah. So,
So
We
we
need
have
to
to
figure
figure
out
out
the
the
water.
water
you
system.
need to figure out the water before.
And this one
And this
too?
is, see, somebody's just not, this needs to be kind of maintained. Mm-hmm. And it's not. So somebody, and you don't need to do anything with this.
Okay,
The
for now.
greenhouse, unless you really want to get into the gardening and the greenhouse.
No, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, how they turn on the water or not?
Ask them where the water is for them.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see any.
They will come back in the summer, but right now we need we
Don't they
need
have a
those.
caretaker?
They have gardener.
Yeah, they should know where the water is.
Should we?
How do we turn on the water?
We have to ask. We have to ask E to ask them.
Yeah.
This may be, these are not spigots for the water, they're just the termination points for the water. So this, you wouldn't plug in a hose here.
Would or would not?
You would not, I don't think. Maybe. But it's the wrong gender. You're
Oh,
supposed to have this is the male part, you're supposed to have the female part if you wanted to put a hose into here. But so what you don't know is how are these connected? Right? There's plumbing in here, but they may all be connected on one pipe. In which case now you've got to figure out how you're going to water differently.
Timing of it.
Which is that's okay. I mean, you can figure it out.
I can ask Yi to ask them the water system so that we can kind of know how
But they
to.
don't know.
I bet they don't know either.
So let's look
How long
for,
they on this?
let's look for
Couple months
Oh, they don't
since
know.
December.
Right down.
They don't know.
Since December, but I know she said that there is a well. There are 3 wells here.
But they don't know the watering system. If they've only been here 2 months, the only person who's gonna know is who built this.
The previous owner.
Yeah.
So how should be done then?
It's gonna be trial and error.
We couldn't carry water here for sure.
these hoses are just so the
If we do this and we figure a way to turn on the water, we would poke holes in that,
you
right?
poke holes
To
in, yep,
put the little feeder tubes in.
yep. And there's all these different equipment for it. So we need to find the water. That's key.
You mean the source of the water?
So, yeah, how does the water plug in? Because ideally, oh look, you do have gophers.
Oh, we have gophers.
Yeah, you can tell.
We
Yeah.
got a hole.
Oh, that's why there's a fresh pile of dirt next to it.
It is. That's,
Oh, that's
that
Ah.
is exactly right.
Wow, that's
So it's a good
cool.
thing you got gopher wire.
Well, there isn't any plants, and we got a gopher hole here.
What's that?
We don't have any plants here.
Oh, yeah,
dig
there's
everywhere.
gophers all
Well, the
over.
gophers are just gonna dig anyway.
Yeah.
They don't care if what they do.
Oh, okay.
Came up here and not there because there's wire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. Good thing. Outside the one.
Well, look how long it took us to see that. Or your left.
Can you turn it on the water from here? Ah, that's water.
So here's where you need somebody who knows what they're doing, and I'm not putting on the right person. These things are time water. These green things with the white tubes, they are probably timers that go on them, and they probably drive those different buttons. Thank you.
Those are the timers.
Those are the timers probably that drive those things. So my guess is that if we dug down to these pipes would go over to that garden and they'd be connected to those different things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, how this system works, it's called Lawn Genie. There's probably a timer that sits on here somehow that would flip relays. And I bet the water's already on here.
Did you get lawn genies? That's what it's called on there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, lawn genies.
They sell all these things at Home Depot. I don't do this.
We'll have
I
to look
do-
that up.
I do something different. Let me-
I wonder if they have a gardener. I wonder if they could help.
Would you think they have a gardener here?
Yeah, that's what you said, that they have a gardener that comes here once a week or once, I don't know how often.
Find out if that gardener knows about this water system.
Okay.
That they may well.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the valves. I just looked up lawn genie.
Okay.
So these valves are turned on and off, probably with. There you go. So this is how they work on the inside, but then there's probably a timer. Don't get that one. You can look this
Okay.
stuff up. That's probably what sits on top there, and probably there's like a little solenoid that it probably fires this part right here.
Turn it on now.
You can see the wires exposed also. Yeah, it looks like that's so you can see these wires are exposed. So there's probably something that sits right on top here, which fires this solenoid. Ooh, is there any water coming out?
I hear something.
Oh, they hear something.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we don't have water.
I'm not an expert on those things, but the gardener probably is.
Mm-hmm.
The gardener should know.
With the gardener.
Maybe we could request the gardener to help us set up the drip system here. Maybe.
And maybe you just do these two boxes for now.
Yeah.
And if the water doesn't work, you could probably hand water tomatoes. If you come once a week.
Once a week we can do that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure we need to
I mean,
get the water fixed.
And so what? If it dies,
It does. Yeah.
No, we got to get the water. I'm sure that the water system works.
right.
We
So
have to
somebody,
ask the gardener. To check with the gardener first.
Okay. So at least we know that what we are going to plant here, and if we could figure out what are we going to plant that one, that'll be great. One zucchini, but there's zucchini already in there.
We're doing the carrots, the onions, and the radishes over here.
Oh, okay.
And then we're doing strawberries over here and half.
Wait. I thought he said zucchini and some carrots there. No,
No.
So we moved here.
Over there.
with the zucchini
And
there.
we're doing the radishes, carrots, and
I
onions.
think because you're going to start these from seed, you're going to water this one every day.
Oh, okay.
For the first.
Tomatoes,
Okay. I
zucchinis in
see.
the middle
Whereas
part.
this one, they'll all be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, before
All right. Okay. Okay.
because of the watering. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then what was at the end was
Peppers.
peppers. Okay, so we got it.
And then, so we decided. So the other thing, if you like cucumbers or melons,
Mm-hmm.
they would be good in a spot like this because they typically need
Thank
a
you.
big space. So you might put two like melons or two cucumbers,
Yeah, we can put it down a
one there, one there, and then you wouldn't have room for your seeds. But
That's okay.
you know what you could do is you could put like one of your melons here and maybe a cucumber there, and then put a row of radishes here and a row of carrots, and then because those radishes are going to come up fast and you can eat them fast,
Mhm.
and then they'll be gone
Okay.
by the time these things spread out.
Right.
Okay.
The carrots not so much.
Okay.
So the
Radishes,
carrots will go on this end.
Yeah,
Radish. Will the onions come up fast?
faster than carrots.
Okay, so then it'd be carrots, onions, radishes, pumpkins, cucumbers.
You want pumpkins or
What did you say?
melons?
Melons.
Melon,
Actually,
yeah.
I have some pumpkin seeds that are started. They're small little pumpkins. I'll give you those.
Okay, yes.
Are they easy to grow, pumpkins?
Are they easy to grow? Yeah.
Yeah.
My neighbors growing giant pumpkins, and he's the sprinklers. I mean, the water is constantly watering
Oh.
the pumpkins like this big.
Yeah, yeah,
You
pumpkins
don't want
need
it
a lot of
too
water.
much water.
Yeah, we're not trying to get anything too
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Quick. After we harvest them, can we plant some more?
Yeah. In fact, what people do is they'll plant every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
To keep radishes going.
Continue. Okay.
And you do that with almost everything. Well, you do that with a lot of things. A lot of like cilantro. You might do that with cilantro.
Okay.
We haven't decided where the cilantro goes. So I'll tell you what. I'll go do a little inventory of the plants I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
And then we'll make our final decision after we get his
And you
inventory.
got to figure out the water.
Yeah, I got
And
to
I would
fix that
figure out.
myself.
And the other thing is that you can grow tomatoes in cages. Not tomatoes. Cucumbers in cages.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you might get
Those
10
little
cages
ones?
of them. The ones I like are called Armenian cucumbers, and the other good ones are Japanese.
Yes, I like
the
those.
Japanese.
Yeah.
I like the
I like the
Japanese.
I like
Japanese
Japanese
ones.
and
Those are
I haven't
good.
tried the
What do those
mini.
other ones look like?
I
Armenian.
tried the meat.
They're long and they're ridged. So they're
Oh,
light-
I know what you're
light
talking about.
green
Those are
and
good.
they're-
Oh, I
Yeah,
know
those. Are
those.
good. I
Not
like
not
those.
not the English
The flower
cucumber. Yeah.
ones.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Those are good.
At first, I didn't know that. I thought it was melon.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
are
it actually is a
good.
melon, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is
But
a melon.
it's really good with salad.
They're very
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I need to
Put
try
one
that.
There and so one Armenian and one
Yeah.
Japanese. And if you grow them in the cages, then you'll have more room for your.
Those would be
For
good.
the other things,
I
yeah.
think
So
everybody.
do those, 'cause those,
yeah,
those
we'll
need
do
more
those.
water.
Then we could do a picnic lunch over here.
But I haven't given up on the strawberries. I think.
No, we're doing strawberries over here.
Yeah, I want strawberries too.
We're doing strawberries.
But
First of all, you have to figure
figure
out
the water.
Because it's not just about what we would eat. A lot of this is for the experience,
Yeah, it's
but
true.
also what we don't eat. Because we want something that's going to come up quickly. If it's not something we're going to all eat, we can give it away.
Yeah.
So we're not focusing on things that necessarily.
the 8 groups, you won't give any food.
Exactly. But if we were growing something that we wouldn't necessarily, a lot of us wouldn't like, we just give our stuff away.
Yeah.
Last year I had 36 tomato plants. We didn't give very many.
Out of 36? You
Wow.
guys
The
do a
year
lot of
before we had
tomatoes.
48, and I had to give them some.
See, I eat
Wow.
a lot of tomatoes, but not. I have friends that grow tomatoes. I don't buy tomatoes. I could eat them every day, right off the vine.
Uh-huh.
But some people don't eat tomatoes.
So you know what I had for breakfast? Fresh tomatoes
See,
Out of
I
the-
even
out
eat
of
the
the
fried
freezer.
green.
out of the freezer. Tomatoes from my garden last year.
Out of the freezer, you freeze
Ice
them?
cream, like ice cream, right? You eat it like.
You can make tomato ice cream.
Yeah, you-
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
You know
can.
the persimmon?
Just like
Oh, the
You put it in
persimmon, yeah.
freezer.
yeah,
the
we do
soft
too.
kind.
My
Uh-huh,
grandma,
uh-huh.
my aunt has
Yeah.
persimmon trees.
I used to have that, and then the bird ate them all, or the squirrel ate them all.
And persimmon
Some
ice
kind.
cream, Oh my god.
Yeah,
Persimmon
I
gelato?
heard it's really
Who
good.
brought a tape measure? Anybody?
No.
Small one.
Oh, I may have that in a card.
Carry it with me all the time.
Wow.
Well, maybe it's just 3. I
So
don't know.
Mark,
It's
would we
just
do
small.
half
I'm always like, I need a strawberry.
Actually, I have a
I
dehydrated
would just do
too,
half
so I
strawberry.
think, I mean, if we have extra, we could
Yeah, that'd be a lot of
dehydrate
strawberries.
things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Can you
yeah.
hold this
yeah.
on-
Okay.
Hold this on the end.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Come back. It's 3 feet. So, okay, so I can do it this way. 3 feet. So this is probably 4 feet across. So 18. Yep, 18 feet by 4 feet.
18 by 40.
So how many square feet is that?
18 by 4, so that's 72.
Very good.
Well, you're fast.
What's 27 times 36? Okay,
That's a
so
way to do
72
this kind of
72
stuff.
square feet, right? That's what this is. And you can probably Google how much chicken manure should I put in 72 square feet.
Oh, I see.
And a lot of the organics, the fertilizers, it'll say before you plant, put in 3 pounds per 50 square feet or whatever. It'll have directions right on the package, and you can figure out how much.
Can we do a Google search right now?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't I do that? Let me stop. Okay.
Number 1,
We got to figure out that water system.
water.
Water.
Number 2, we've got to fix this entrance here. Because remember, things can go underneath.
You know what? I wouldn't worry about that right now.
Because that's an easy fix.
Yeah, but you're not going to put chicken wire around the whole thing.
Okay. So don't worry about that now.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So then number 2 would be
Would be the manure.
then the
Manure.
Compost.
Yeah, compost.
and then number 3.
Just the manure, not the compost, right? Chicken manure.
Chicken
That-
manure,
that-
it's,
Okay.
it is,
that
it's,
is-
it's
the thing,
composted
okay.
chicken
That is
manure.
Okay, okay.
So then those are our 2 main. There's no longer 3. because
Three,
would've been
three would be the tomato cages. We can
Yeah,
buy
the
those.
tomato cages.
Yeah, so we buy those. Yeah.
Okay, and then the tomato cages. Do we need the same thing for the cucumber or different cages?
I would get the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would
So
be
10 cages.
10 cages.
10 cages. Okay.
And you're going to need to fertilize eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're down buying your manure, you might as well buy fertilizer too.
Okay.
kind
What kind?
fertilizer?
I get organic fertilizer.
Any
Any
kind.
of organic fertilizer.
Okay.
Is there
It'll
anything
say
we should be staying
vegetables.
away from when we're buying fertilizer?
I stay away from Miracle Grow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, Miracle Grow's got a lot of salts in it,
Yeah.
and so
Okay.
you're
Okay.
it eventually gets too salty.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you go to Home Depot, there'll be organic vegetable
Got it.
fertilizer, and it's got 3 numbers,
Mm-hmm.
right? The nitrogen, potassium, and whatever the other one is. Anyway, they'll tell you on there what it is and what it's good for.
Okay.
So those are our 3 priority things. that we
Okay.
need to do.
And how much fertilizers did you say?
He said to Google it.
You'll
Google
be
it.
able to-
Based on
Oh
the
yeah,
size.
that's right. Okay, I'm going to Google it now.